You,
Savage.
you hear me?
Yeah, boy, you loud and clear.
Oh, loud and clear. All right, good. All right,
Sound
now. I hear
like you got some new merchandise over there.
you. What gotta do a little something now, cause like I told you, everybody was complaining about what I had. Hold on, let me send this out. God damn, the hell? Oh shit. had to damn get me a new damn phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They trying to figure out this shit here. God damn. Okay. Um, God damn it. Let me log in. Oh yeah, yeah. So while we finna get ready to wait up, um, you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can see me still?
Yeah, I can see.
Oh, okay. All right. Get ready to send this off the Bert. But man, you see what's going on? Nah, Triple H just announced he bringing War Games.
You got the roster for it.
Yeah, and then that's why I say I gotta stop being on social media. Everybody fucking still complaining. Like what the hell is y'all complaining for?
Man, you know you ain't gonna be able to make nobody happy, and it's just now you can see it.
Oh, oh, oh no, it's not gonna be like WCW War Games. They had the roof on top. You can't do War Games. They're like, okay, maybe the way the athletes is now, they really can't do shit with the roof on top. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and war games is war games. You just got different competitors. Ain't nothing changed. As long as you
Yeah,
got the same concept, that's all that matter.
yeah.
You
Then
just
they even
got
talking about some William Regal, man. Look, Regal, he's in AEW, so he can't beat us. So yeah.
what they
I
want. They
feel
want William Regal to be with WWE.
Yeah. Tell myself it won't feel right unless William Regal come out and say War Games. Well, that's not gonna happen.
Exactly. Moving on.
Move on, yeah. Like just y'all make it hard. I mean, I wouldn't if I was supposed to be a wrestler, it would have been back in the 80s and 90s.
Right. Yeah. And
Cause at
the,
least
go
cause at
ahead.
least I wouldn't have to worry about nothing with the fans. Cause good God, y'all just miserable. It's like as soon as a wrestler lose one fucking match, it's over.
Their whole stock gone. And you know
Yeah.
that carry on that in some wrestlers who idiots, they carry that on in the locker room in the back. Instead of knowing what wrestling ain't no goddamn record. You can lose 1,000 times
Yeah,
and still be the
exactly.
main man. And it ain't
Yeah,
no
that's like saying I want to say this. It's like wrestling is so crazy. It's like me and you can be in a rivalry, right?
Mhm.
We can go 3 years fighting. You done beat me for 3 years
Mhm.
straight. I never won one match.
Mhm.
Now I step to you and say, listen, love me, I want one more match. I win that one match. I
That
won the
erase
rivalry
all
now.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
they erase all
I
that.
don't want the whole rivalry now.
Yeah,
Like,
erase. I know exactly what you're talking about.
never mind. You beat me straight for 3 years straight.
Is what have you done for me lately? That's all that
Yeah,
matters.
yeah. And then the sad thing is you gotta give an interview like now you a failure. Mine. I'm like I finally beat you out the what? How many? Like 300 matches. Well, you got a 301 record against me, but I won that last match. I won the rivalry.
And everything. Fireworks,
Fireworks.
explosions.
I'm getting a hell of a cheer, and you walking back looking sad like, damn
Like
man,
I
it's
ain't
over.
just beat this man 300 times.
300 times, and now you gotta go on a little soul mission. Like, yeah, man, I don't think I got it no more. And hear me, I'm on cloud 9 because I finally beat you one time.
So you think that's what the fans doing?
Yeah,
That's
like
crazy. I
that's
see
why I
what you're
say
saying.
that's why I say wrestling don't matter about winning, loss. Hell, you can get your ass kicked and still come out as a
It's
winner.
always been about the story. That's what I'm saying. Anybody that's into wrestling, they shouldn't even be getting into that. Like I said, if somebody worrying about what their record is and stuff like that, that ain't sport for you, man. Cause you ain't
Yeah.
gonna never last. We got your boy on. You can introduce him, Marlon.
Mm-hmm.
Corny B.
Horny B. Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a different account.
Yeah. Corny B. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
I mean, that's kind of that name kind of hit now.
Nah, it's somebody gonna confuse that shit with corny hole, and then it's a whole. By the
All
way,
right.
by the way, I didn't mean to fire that one off. Am I good? Like, am I? Is it PG? Is it R? Can I talk
Yeah,
free?
you
Oh man,
talk freely, man.
man. Come on now.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I don't want nobody granny watching this, and I'm talking about people's booty holes. So
No, you talk freely, man.
Yeah.
However you will your way. Nice to have you back on the show, man.
appreciate it, my brother. Thanks so much.
No
Yeah,
problem,
yeah,
man.
yeah. The one and only Mr. Show back. And like I said, if y'all still ain't checked this man out, he's a fool.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, like he does it all. Sing, clean comedy, dirty comedy, whatever you want, he got you.
Yeah,
So
I'm
what
gonna start doing bar mitzvahs too. Like, hey, L'chaim, I'm
yeah,
starting
throw
to
it
do
in
bar
there.
mitzvahs.
Throw
Let's
it in
Oh,
there.
let's make it
oh.
happen. tell you, tell your bubby to book me. Damn it, let's make it happen,
So what you been up to, man? What's been
man.
happening?
Man, just been working, man. I got some solid opportunities that came my way.
Yep.
We were just at the Improv. The Real Husbands, Chris Flanagan, Chris Priester, Pookie, a few other people. We were just at the Improv and Danny. Sorry, Dania. You guys know it as Dania Beach. I'm from the area, so we call it Danny.
Okay.
Well, Danny, it is then.
Yeah, it's
You
Danny.
from there?
We probably the only city in Florida that mispronounces the name of our city on purpose. I don't know why. It's just clear as day. It's Dania Beach, but we say Danny. It's just always been that way. So it's Danny with three E's on the back for the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Now,
Hey, for a reason, trust me.
yes, sir. So we just we just did that, and we going back in November. Um, and I'm going to be filming. We're all performing, but my performance is going to be part of my special that I'm filming. Um, a few titles right now. I'm working with a few titles. I personally like Scorpio Season for a title. I like Mr. Show for a title. And I also like Culturally Insensitive. It's going to be one of those three. Culturally Insensitive, of course, is based off of my joke set because I'm an American by blood, born here, but my grandfather was from the Virgin Islands. All my friends growing up was from different islands, so I picked up a lot of things, and that's been part of my comedy set. So it's not like a mockery, but it's like my general understanding of y'all culture, island people culture. So I say culturally insensitive because yeah, I think I know better, but sometimes I really don't.
Right.
And you'll say and you'll see in these jokes. So it's gonna be titled one of those three. And we're gonna get it out in the platforms probably January, February. So look out for that. And I was blessed with an opportunity for Famous Not Funny. That's on Afro TV. That's a network on Comcast.
Okay.
That opportunity, we were supposed to film next month, but the opportunity got pushed back until February. So it's coming. But
Okay.
I'm working up, and I'm just trying to make 2024 the year of Bert.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
and that's all I'm trying to do, man. Shouts out to my brothers that's working hard. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Pookie. And them boys working hard, man. I just it keeps me motivated to keep going and keep doing what I love too, man. So
So let me ask you, do you for your own projects that you have, like your personal projects, do you plan on like pitching them to like Netflix or Amazon? Because I
you know
see a
what?
lot of stuff on Amazon and Netflix.
Oh,
Like, man, I need to
absolutely,
get me a camera. Well, I got one. Me and my wife were just talking about
absolutely.
that.
You know what? Right now we live in an age where um, there's so much opportunity for digital work
Mhm.
Yeah.
and media work. There's so much opportunity. You know, I could go by the route of Amazon, which I gotta figure out on my end how to do because everybody's doing it. Somebody got to explain something to me.
Right.
So I can go by the route of Amazon, or I can go by the route of Tubi, or I can go by the route of Roku. or I can go by the route of YouTube. Let's say none of those four work out. I can throw it on Facebook. I can throw it on Facebook Watch. I can throw it on Twitter. I can throw it on Instagram. You know, there's so many different avenues for you to film a special right now. It doesn't have to be on Comedy Central, but guess what? There's comedians that are out in the market that are making 500K, 300K a year touring, and you have no clue who they are. You have no clue who they are. I was talking with Chris the other day, and Chris opened for this Christian comedian from Kentucky. He had no idea who the guy was. I had no idea who the guy was. The guy packed out the Improv. People was waiting in line to see him.
Right.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, people were literally waiting. Like, the guy had the whole weekend. He had 6 shows booked the whole weekend, and each show packed out. White guy. Nobody, I didn't know. Chris didn't
What's
know.
his name?
I can't. You know what? I gotta ask Priester because it's I tell you what. I can tell you what he looks like. He's got like a a typical white guy haircut, little brown hair, about this tall. He's from Kentucky. That I do know. He's from Kentucky,
Okay.
and he's been doing comedy for about 7 or 8 years, just like myself. But he's big. Like he's big in the Bible Belt. So, and that's Florida, Georgia, Atlanta, the southern states. He's good in the Bible Belt.
Okay.
So
Why you call it the
between
Bible Belt?
what that's what white people call it. That's what no, I'm sorry, politicians call it the Bible Belt, because in those particular states, Christianity and Jesus is king. So if you're going to Alabama to campaign for something, you better not pull up in there without your Bible and without some kind of scripture to keep them get those people to vote for you. So
Right.
politicians call it the
The
Bible
Bible
Belt.
Belt.
Yeah. It's like America's belt, because the Bible Belt focuses on Christianity and religion and all this other stuff. New York doesn't give a damn if you believe in Jesus or not. Can you do the job?
Right.
Whereas Tennessee and Atlanta and all these places, they want to know your religion, they want to know who you believe in, and that's why most southern states are called the Bible Belt.
Got you.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's something I ain't know that.
Yeah. Dude, I
Hey
am
man,
a
hey, you got to be
bank
ready
of
to
use.
learn, man. Ain't any time.
Absolutely. I'm old black daddy, so I'm full of useless shit. I know so
Yeah,
much
absolutely.
useless shit. My family's sick of my shit. I'd be like, "Oh, did you know this happened? Did you know that happened?" They'd be like, "Yes, daddy. Yes, we know. You done said it 100 times." Like, okay, I'm just making sure you know.
So for the projects that you got featured in, did you have to audition for them, or was it more like, you was already the part was fit for you?
Well, I'm gonna be into season 3 of To Each His Own. That's cranking up any day now. They're just finishing the last touches. To Each His Own is a web series that's been on for about 3 or 4 years now. They've got a solid cast, a lot of locals from Florida, a lot of people that are in movies over Amazon, Tubi, and Netflix, different networks. So I had the pleasure of not necessarily auditioning. I kind of auditioned, but someone reached out to me from a previous project that I done, and it was like, hey, I can't do the project, but you'd be great to it. Shout out to Cadillac Bell. He recommended me and said, yo, I think Bert would be great in this project. I can't do it, but Bert would be the best fit for it. Sometimes it's word of mouth, and stand up and in acting is a different beast. Like in acting, you got to audition, and then sometimes it's not what you know, but who you know, or nepotism, or somebody will say, hey, I got this part specifically for you.
Right.
This part is your part. That's a rarity. In comedy, it's a bit of a different beast. Comedy is a combination of I like to tell people stand-up comedy is 30 to 40% funny. That's first and foremost. 30 to 40% funny. And I'm not talking shit about nobody. I'm just being honest. If you've ever looked on Comedy Central or Comic View or any comedy program, and you said to yourself, well, how in the fuck did this dude get here?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm explain how he got. I'm gonna explain how he got there. If you factor in 100% of a human being, there's some people that have 30 to 40% worth of funny. 30 to 40% worth of funny. And to you, you probably like, that's not a large number. It's not. But guess what? For that 30 to 40% of comedy that some of these comedians have, they've got 60 to 70% in other areas, networking, hustling, the look. You know what I mean? So that
I know
the
exactly what
support.
you mean. Right.
You know what I mean? So
The
if you say to
charisma.
yourself, exactly, if you say to yourself, how the hell did this dude get on? I know somebody funny this dude and they let this dude get on here. Well, you don't know that person's story. Yeah, that dude may be less funnier than the person you know, but you don't know who he knows. You don't know what he had to do to get there. You don't know who he had to talk to, what he had to. You don't know.
Right.
So with comedy, it's so many different factors, but the main ones that get you booked is your ability to make the people laugh. It's got to be important. You got to be able to make people laugh. And another thing that you gotta, you really got to be able to network. If you can't talk to somebody, if a headliner comes into town and he wants to book you and you don't like the headliner or all the stuff like that, I've learned in this business, because I've been guilty of that, that you can put your foot down, but you just got to be careful. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't have to let nobody sway you to do nothing you don't want. You ain't got to kick it with somebody you don't necessarily like, but guess what? There might be a big opportunity that comes down the pipeline, and that nigga you don't like is the nigga holding the dough from that
It's over
opportunity.
from there, yeah.
You
Yeah,
just
you see
gotta
what I'm
make just
saying?
gotta make it make business sense. If it don't, then leave it
Yeah,
alone.
you know what I mean? So I've had to grow because I'm a real nigga. Like I'm just being honest. I'm a
Right.
real nigga. And I personally feel if I don't rock with you, I don't rock with you. But I've learned, especially in comedy and parenting and a lot of things, that somebody can make you 38 hot, 38 hot. If y'all not gonna scrap it out, then it makes no sense for you to dwell on it. And as long as you dwell on that, as long as you stay stuck on that, you're hindering yourself from other opportunity, because now you don't want to go to the open mics because that nigga might be there. And it's a free fucking country. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, or you don't want to you don't want to do this show that's got Samoa as a headliner or somebody as a headliner because it's a nigga that you don't rock with on that flyer too. I've learned that when you make those decisions, you should be at a point in your career where you're up there high enough to where it doesn't damage you. Like if Steve Harvey pops up and say, yo, I don't want to do anything with Delay from California, or if I don't want to do anything with Earthquake, Steve Harvey can say that because he's cemented his name. And
Right.
all the promoter can do is go back to the person and say, well, Steve don't want to perform with you, so here's what we're gonna do. As opposed to my chitlin circuit ass talking about, yeah, man, I don't want to work with this cat. I don't fuck with him. Like, all right, well, we just not gonna bring you back to the show. We just not gonna bring you back to the club. Like, and it escalates, man. So the best advice I can give anybody, but of course the best revenge is your paper, but at the same token, you're gonna have to take some bumps and bruises. You're gonna have to take little shots to the ego here and there. You're gonna have to perform in a room full of people that don't want to laugh at you because you're auditioning. Like
Right.
I've been to an audition where I've had to do stand-up for 5 minutes in front of people that literally just took notes. And
Right.
and some of my best material that would hit, and people pass out in the club. These people just sitting there writing, man. You know what that does to you as a performer?
Right.
Like y'all
Yeah.
ain't gonna laugh at nothing, like
Yeah, you ain't
nothing.
gonna pay me
Yeah.
not no attention.
Nothing. I mean, white lady was just writing, and I'm like, I'm hitting her with everything and just writing. The other people, like, they trying to hold it in, but they just writing.
Oh, so did you hit him with the James?
Nah, I hadn't at that time. I hadn't wrote James. And I'm gonna tell you what's funny about James. I
Yeah.
wrote James. I wrote James in response to somebody told me, like, bro, you funny, man, but why you ain't got no dick jokes? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is really what happened. But it was like, man, you funny as hell, man. You get one dick joke, man, you'll kill shit, right? This was like 3 years ago, and then this was right before the pandemic. So out of sarcasm, I wrote "There Go James," and "There Go James" is a compilation of everything that I actually seen my mama go through in dating with different people. Like when I say Buddy went to Rent a Center, he bought the ring. You know how much the ring is, Rent a Center? because she was with this dude, and this dude went and bought her a ring from Rent-A-Center for real and a VCR. And he came home with the VCR like he was hot shit, like he was man.
Like he don't done it.
Yeah, like he was doing it. And he came out and gave me and my brothers this speech. He's like, "Oh man, just wait, we gonna be a big family." And woo woo woo. And me and my brothers looking at this nigga like, man, she gonna get rid of your ass. You know what I mean? And it was different factors. When I say my dad, my dad was like, damn, that sound like a good nigga. I hope your mama don't mess it up. That really happened. So out of retaliation for the dude telling me I need a dick joke, because I felt like, I'm a storyteller. I just can't say, oh, my shit's so big, blah, blah, blah. I got to tell you a story for it to make sense to me so it can make sense to you. So I came up with There Go James. And when I first did it, I didn't expect for it to hit like it did. That's why I do this when I hold up the Vienna sausage and I do that. And I started noticing the shit was hitting. And I was like, oh snap, I got one. Like I got a dick joke off of sarcasm. I didn't even want to do the shit, but I did it because the dude kept telling me, man, you need just one dick joke. You need just one. And that's my one dick joke.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, okay, I see you all the time, but it's still like the delivery of how you do it. That's still gonna make it funny, because like it's like, like if I get on stage and try to do that joke, it ain't gonna hit as hard.
Yeah,
I can say the joke word for word, do whatever, and everybody gonna probably look at me like, nah. But that's why I think, like, with comedians, they think, okay, man, if he can do it, I can just go up there and just do it. It don't work like that. Like it's like you really gotta figure out your own identity, and that's like a tough,
Like when you writing a joke, people are under the impression that the joke is like organic or anything. No, like I could tell you, I seen 4 monkeys walking down the street. You see, 4 monkeys, that doesn't bring anything for, okay, like 4 monkeys down the street. But if I come back and I say, nigga, I seen 4 monkeys walking down the goddamn street.
No.
Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying?
Man, I don't believe that.
The delivery is everything. So when you write these jokes, when I write my jokes, I have a delivery in mind. If I know if it's gonna be a black joke and only black people gonna get it, and I know I'm gonna be in a black room, then I compare myself to either work I've done in the past, or I compare myself to somebody that I think is funny that delivered a joke. You know what I mean? So, and I say to myself, well, Bernie leans into the joke. You know what I'm saying? If you watch Bernie Mac, Bernie Mac's delivery is quick, but he does something special that a lot of comedians don't do. He will lean when that punchline coming. Bernie will grab that mic like this, and he'll lean into the joke and say, "I told that little sister son, bitch," blah, 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 blah. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your character, your mannerisms is everything as well, because I'm a big guy in stature. So when I when I walk into a room, it's like, all right, shoulders and arms, like this is a big nigga. Like, is he security or what is he doing?
Yeah. Because when I first seen you, I didn't think, I'll be honest, I didn't think he was gonna be. I know, like, he's a comedian.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing about you that said you was a comedian.
I get that. Bro, I get that all the time. I get that so much, bro. People always, like, I'll get on stage and I'll perform, and the first thing especially in clubs, I'd be like, all right, y'all can relax. I'm not security. See what I mean? So they'll bust out laughing. But what I do, I use my stature to my advantage, and I get them to break down, to relax, because with black people, it's a chess game. Black clubs, urban clubs is a chess game. White people go to and this is not dissing nobody, but white people go to the comedy clubs. White people know they're gonna get yelled at. They know they're gonna get talked about. They know somebody gonna crack them. White people get disappointed if you don't throw a white person joke at them and they in the front row. Like, white people like, oh my God, what's wrong with him? I'm right here, not a cracker, not anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but urban, black crowds spend their money to come to the comedy show to be just as funny as you, or to hate you for being up there. And it's the God honest truth. It is not an easy win with a black crowd. So it's a chess match. The moment you walk in through the door, you gotta see what kind of crowd. Are they in good moods? Are they in bad moods? They're gonna have the TV on, like all this other shit. You gotta sit back and you gotta calculate. And then once you figure out where you gotta go, you gotta make sure that delivery hit, because you could
Yeah.
say you could say I went to the grocery store and that don't mean shit, but you could be like, man, I went to the motherfucking grocery store the other day and let me tell y'all about this shit here. Like it's how you get that across.
How
And a
you
lot
do
of
it?
comedians, yeah, a lot of comedians miss that.
So listen, how was the last stand-up that you had? How was it?
It
Your
was great,
last
man.
one.
You know what? I'm always striving. I'm always striving to do better than my last time on stage.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I'm competitive. I compete with myself a lot. And there's shows that I've done in my career that make me say, yeah, I'm on my way. And there's shows that I've done in my career where I'm like, you know what, that was great, but you could do this, you could do that.
Right.
Like
Right.
the last show that you seen me in was that lot of no, I believe it was the Lauderhill show. I'm not sure if you was at the improv show, but I know for sure it was that Lauderhill show at the Jamaican restaurant.
Restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah. That show right there, personally, one of my top 10 shows. The energy was great.
Yeah.
I felt good, like regardless of everything that was going on. I mean, we literally the Jamaicans next door had the speakers going and they out there gambling and shit. And in the middle of my set, I hear
Yeah, but
boom
we
o'clock man
ain't paying no
Rolex.
mind. We
We
ain't
ain't
paying
paying
no mind. Yeah, we ain't paying
exactly.
no.
Everything was organic. Like my that was really my aunt in the audience. That's real deal. That's my uncle's ex-wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real deal. And I'm in the audience talking, I'm doing crowd work and I'm talking about, you can't get a big nigga and expect them to move like somebody 120. You gotta adjust your fuck setting because a bigger nigga means it's gonna be a lot slower process. And I'm joking about that, and her guest is like, yeah, yeah. And that's like a golden nugget from the comic god. So I couldn't
Right.
miss that. It was uncomfortable, but I'm like, yeah, you
Yeah.
shouldn't be telling me
And then,
about your bank, you know.
and one thing I do like about the whole show, like you do the crowd. You don't really go hard with the crowd work. But you do like crowd participation.
Yeah.
Cause you said all funny, but like I done been with a comedian just scrape bomb. Okay, it's time to go crack on somebody in the audience now. Cause
Oh yeah, yeah.
cause you're setting them bomb now. Like, oh like, okay, and now you gotta try to redeem yourself. Oh, you wanna go talk about somebody in the crowd now, cause you're setting them bomb. Like,
Yep. That's a comedic savior right there. That is comedy Jesus. If you bombing, you bombing, and somebody can say something. I rarely do crowd work. I really do because a comedian told me when I first got started. A comedian told me people are there to see you, so why make them part of the show? And
okay.
that's always resonated me. Like they're there to see me. I'm not gonna make them my entire show, because if that's the case, what am I gonna do when that member leaves? So I do like maybe if it's something interesting happen, I'll do 5 minutes. I've had some system situations where crowd workers just went out of control. I had a girl try to fight me once. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And of course, skinny white girl, drunk, uh, Winwood. Yeah, I was like, it was my second year of comedy. I had a room in Winwood. I was working. I was the host. We were bringing out other acts, yada yada yada. She had like a couple beers and was lit. And I said something. I remember I said something about the outfit she had on. And I think I said something around the lines of she ain't had enough booty to be wearing that outfit she got on, because she was extremely skinny. And I was like, and then I started messing with her about the liquor. It was my fault. I started it. I got her started. But when I got her started, she wouldn't stop. Like,
Don't stop now.
yeah, she wouldn't. Everybody laughed. The smoke cleared. I done brought on the next audience, the next person. She's still going. Like the person's trying to perform and she's heckling me in spite of the person performing. I'm not even on stage.
All through they
So
set.
all through they set. So I get back on and I have to address her at this point. Second year of doing comedy. I say something to her. She gets up and she gets in my shit. She's every bit 110 pounds. But guess what? I had my 120-pound wife there. That,
Oh
that,
yeah.
that had 10, 15 more pounds of booty than her ass. So that's leg strength. And my wife jumped up right in her face and was like, "Nah, not tonight. Not tonight." She had all the rah-rah in her mama for me. "I'll whoop your ass." Blah, blah, blah. But when my wife got up in her shit, she was, "Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay."
And I know you got a rouse from the crowd from that too.
Oh,
Look,
dude,
she
it
saved the
was.
show.
We was in the middle of Winwood in a bar that could hold 30 something people. It's like
Oh.
60. It's 60 people in there. It's already tight. And
Like,
it's tight. Like we could barely walk through, and she want to fight. And like I was right, I was wrong for saying it, but I was right. She didn't have enough back there to wear that outfit. She had to replant it. It was
Well, shoot, that's the risk you take when you go to the show. You know it's gonna be a comedian, though.
yeah. So I over time I've just learned to let the crowd work be organic, and my crowd work is based off of if I say something and I grab somebody's attention, and like the thing I get when I do my total gene joke when I talk about my Haitian in-laws, I always get, "Wow, he sounds just like my uncle." So I always do the crowd work. It's like, "Yeah, I'm not your uncle, but yeah, why you say I sound like the guy?" Like, you know, I'll
yeah.
do yeah, I'll do crowd work of that nature. You know, I try to make sure that my crowd work is never insulting to the point where we can't recoil and I can finish out my show. But
Right.
but sometimes you gotta call a spade a spade. Sometimes you gotta get brolic with a nigga. Sometimes, you know,
So
sometimes
so sometimes you have to you'll tear them down, but you be able to pick them back up.
absolutely.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. Because you know, I've seen some comics that are solid comics do the worst crowd work. Like I've seen some comics tell somebody, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend," or "I'm gonna kick you, I'm gonna kill your dog," and all this, like just all this other shit. I'm like, damn, like you can't be bombing that bad. That this what
Man,
you
yeah.
lean on.
Hey, you creating enemies.
Yeah, like, but you know what I mean. Like if you're gonna insult somebody, it has to be funny. Like you can't say something about somebody's sexuality and not be funny, especially if you're gonna do a gay joke. It's got to be funny. Like
Right.
you gotta bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you have anything coming up that we should
Yeah.
know
What's
about?
going on with Keenan Thompson?
Keenan, yeah. Well, for the Keenan contest right now, we're if you look at the website right now, they've just went forward with Atlanta, um, and New York. Miami is on the list. I'm on the Miami list. So basically, based off of the votes and based off of the comments, they'll make a decision. I personally feel, you know, I'm confident about it. So I know I'll make it to the Miami audition. For me personally, if I'm gonna tell you, I'm a real nigga. So I'm gonna let y'all know if I make it to the audition, my resume gonna say contestant on Keenan Thompson's Ultimate Comedian
Right,
Contest.
right, damn right. Yeah, right.
I would
It
claim in the
all
name
matter,
of
goddamn it.
Jesus. It don't goddamn matter. I will claim it.
It
I
all
s-
matter, boy.
and let me tell you something, boy. It's gonna be just like your homeboy. You know your homeboy ain't fuck that girl, but she got out of his car one day and he just gave her a ride. Bitch, I would do the same shit.
Yeah, man.
Hey, our final three.
Hey,
Boy.
to this day, you probably think that nigga had sex with that girl. He ain't touched that. He ain't touched a thigh. But you can't tell him no different, bitch. She got out of his car.
Yeah, like no.
I don't care what. Then she can't defend herself. She can't be like, "Oh, I just took a ride. What you doing in this car though? You had a boyfriend." God damn it, that man hit it. That's it. I'm the same way with this contest.
I hear
If I,
you, boy.
if I get, tell me I'm lying. You catch your old
No,
lady coming out of the nigga car, is you gonna be like, "Oh
oh,
no,
it's
I
over.
believe you." Nah, you was in that nigga car. We through, bitch.
And
We
now you can tell.
It wasn't like that though, man.
That's the male species anyway. They don't want to hear nothing.
flag on the play. If I don't know that nigga and you got out his car,
Something
oh, y'all
happened.
go together, bitch. I will, man. Y'all go together, bitch. I want a DNA test. I want everything, bitch. Y'all go together. But but
But
but
hey, he's saying that, but that's how some niggas is though, for real, boy.
yeah, that's how some niggas is. But luckily for me, I got somebody where I trust that woman with my life, so I ain't got to worry about that with her. But I'm speaking on behalf of like every other nigga out there, bro. If you,
With them headaches.
yeah, like them
Yeah.
headaches, yeah. If your old lady was fast with you, if she was quick to give you everything and y'all still together, Bless your heart. But she in that car with that other nigga. You don't know that nigga? Question everything, bro.
Yeah. I never met this relative. No.
Which cousin is this? You got how many cousins?
You must
No,
assume
no.
she fast with them all.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You is not the catalyst, nigga. That engine was already running before you got there. All you did was tap the back. That's it.
The truth, nothing but the truth.
That's it, man. I'm here to help.
All right. So what shows you got coming up? Like if now y'all gonna be like you Pookie and Uncle be still doing that?
Yeah. We still do Real Husbands every Tuesday. Over here at Spot Lounge in Lauderhill. That is right next to Wawa on University. Come out, it's free, and it's like to say 420 friendly. So if you enjoy puffing on something and hearing some good conversation, it's all great conversation with the Real Husbands.
Yeah.
We're interactive. People come in there and talk. We talk back. And then of course outside of Real Husbands, I got some events. I got a couple private events that I'm booking for October. I'm with Pookie again in October. Pookie and Chris in October 29th.
Okay.
Just trying to work, man. Just trying to get out here and work, man. Because 8 years of doing this, and I'm one of those comedians where I like to tell people I'm an acquired taste, but I taste good. You know what I mean? And it's and then I get some people that be like, damn, bro, you ain't gotta say it like that, bro. I'm like, nigga, I don't mean for you. I mean just for general consumer. Like, bitch, I'm worth you. Like, I don't mean lick me, nigga. I mean this is general consumption.
Metaphor, goddamn.
It's a metaphor. Calm down, nigga. Shit. God damn. Like, a nigga can actually say something to you. Some of you niggas still in prison. Like, bro, it ain't like that. Nigga, we free now.
And it's funny because you really be holding conversations like this, bro. You be serious. And you be getting these responses.
Yeah. I gotta tell him, I'm like, bro, you free now, bro. All right. You ain't gotta eat goulash. You ain't gotta touch no man. You free. Like, you on the outside, baby. We outside. Like, it's okay. But no, I got things coming up, man. I put them all on the page, man. Just rock with me, man, because we all about.
Yeah. I'm always doing.
I know, man. I appreciate you, man. You've been one of our biggest supporters of the Real Husbands since day one. We appreciate the hell out you for that, man. And
I need to get I know,
yeah. From all y'all, and that's why I be like, friendly. I be like, when I see y'all doing big like stuff, I'm like, okay, shit, I legit rock with them, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I'm happy, like if I see y'all on that big stage, I'm like, okay,
yeah,
same thing I tell Kiva, like, all of them, I rock with all y'all.
Well, see, it's good to know that you got the keys, man. Everything I've been listening to you say, you know what I'm saying? You mentally got the keys, like you understand that it's more than just telling jokes.
Oh yeah,
that
absolutely.
Alone,
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. If it was based off of just funny, I got to be honest with y'all right now, I'd already have a Comedy Central special. If it was based off, I tell you straight up, I don't think there's very few that I think can match me or run with me on the mic, and I'm blessed to be in a camp with two brothers that can, you know what I mean? That most definitely hold their own on that stage. And I know a few others down here. The biggest mistake we make in comedy down here in South Florida, and people get mad when I say this, but I'll never tell somebody Florida ain't got real comedians. I don't know why they do that shit. Think about it. Think about the perception of it, right? If you're from out of town and somebody comes from Florida and gets up on stage and has a great show, and you come up to that person and you be like, man, I didn't know it was comedians in Florida. And then that person go, yeah, but ain't nothing but like 2 or 3 of them. Okay, so how do I know you the 2 or 3? What separates you from the ones just
the
because
other 2
you,
or 3?
Exactly. just because you say it ain't real comedians in Florida, I'm supposed to separate you. The average person that go to a comedy show ain't no goddamn Rhodes Scholar. Like, this, they not. They didn't graduate summa cum laude. They be sitting there deciphering what the fuck you say to people. And what it does, it gives a negative cut. Like, I won't say that. Yes, every scene has bad comedians. Like, you're not gonna sit there and tell me everybody in Atlanta funny. I know most of them, 90% of them are, but not everybody.
Right, that's everywhere.
That's everywhere. So
we might get cut off now.
No, I'm sorry, bro. I just, yeah. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, no,
I
we
was
got
gonna
half
say,
a
yeah.
minute enough. You good, but we always,
And
you
then,
know, we gonna put all your
nah.
links and stuff in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
description like we
Hey,
did
just
every
Yeah.
time.
I'll be here all night complaining about these niggas. But no, just follow me.
Part 3. Hey,
Yeah,
part 3.
part 3 coming soon. Yo, just
Part
follow
three.
me
Well, yeah.
at Bert C Comedy, man. I appreciate y'all for having me, man.